Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Let's see what happened on the Ukrainian front according to Ukrainians. I have an article with a summary provided by the Ukrainians of the new developments in Ukraine. So let's see what happened over there according to Ukrainians. So this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine from February 23rd, 2023. Ukrainian defenders repel about 90 enemy attacks in 24 hours. The Ukrainian army repelled about 90 enemy attacks. Okay. The Russian invaders launched 10 rocket and 19 airstrikes and fired 37 rockets from multiple rocket launchers. Peaceful towns and villages and their civilian inhabitants were attacked. Okay. And Volyn, Polisia, Siversk and Sloboda sections of the front in the north and east of Ukraine, the operational situation remains unchanged. No signs of the formation of hostile offensive groups were detected. The settlements of Chernihiv Oblast were shelled with mortars and artillery. So Chernihiv is right here by the Russians are Chernihov. This is, as I said, the Russian map with their developments. So here is Chernihov, this is Sumy Oblast, and then we go to Kharkiv, then we go to Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporozhye, and here is the Kherson. Down here is the Sebastopol with the Crimean Peninsula. So the Ukrainians talk about Chernigov is in Russian, Chernihiv is in Ukrainian. So the settlements of Chernihiv Oblast were shelled with mortars and artillery, and they gave us a few here, and then another number of settlements in Sumy Oblast, 18 districts of settlements in Kharkiv Oblast, including, and they give here about 7 settlements. So this is just what shelled with mortar and artillery. So they're talking about 3 oblasts: Chernihiv, Sumy, and Kharkiv. According to the Russians, explosions in the city. The Ukrainian president's office specified that an industrial enterprise has been damaged. So that's all they give the Russians, and I don't think they updated their little map. So let's get going with this one, with the Ukrainians. In Kupiansk and Liman areas, the invaders tried to advance near the settlements of Stelmakivka, Kremina, Bilohorivka, and Fedorivka, but failed. Now, these are in this area right here. So let's get, this is the area that these guys are talking about. And then they're going to go down to Bakhmut, which is right here, the Russians here, Artemovsk. So where you see those automatic weapons here, these are where direct clashes occurred between the two sides. I'm talking about not artillery. So this is what they tried to advance. There were artillery fire in the areas of Kamyanka, and that's 4 settlements in Kharkiv Oblast, and then I got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Luhansk Oblast and in Donetsk Oblast. So all these were artillery fires in these 3 oblasts: Kharkiv, Luhansk, Donetsk, on top of the ones that are mentioned here, direct fights between the, I would say, infantries. In the Bakhmut section of the front, the enemy is attacking the positions of Ukrainian troops near the settlements of, and they give us about 7, and Bakhmut itself. Air reconnaissance is being actively conducted to adjust artillery fire. More than 20 settlements came under fire, including Spirnya, Vesele, Bilohorivka, Bakhmut, all this in Donetsk Oblast. The hottest area is, I think, according to these guys, is Bakhmut, which is the Russian Artemovsk, and this little thing here, if the Russians, I said it many times, they break through here and here, they have free way to Slavyansk, Krematorsk, and further west. The same situation is a little bit more south, right here in Avdiivka. Russians call it Avdiivka, right here, fighting taking place in the cities, on the city's outskirts. So this is the same location where it could be surrounded, encircled. In the Avdiivka and Shakhtar sections of the front, Russian troops went on the offensive near Avdiivka, Vodiane, Nevelsky, Marianka, Pobieda, Vuhledar, and Prechizhivka. Opa. Now Vuhledar, the Russians call it Ugledar. It's right here. So this is active front. Let's make it a little bit bigger right here. And nothing in Zaporozhye or here in Kherson, maybe just a little bit of artillery, artillery fire. The big development that the Ukrainians and the Western, the good mass media, let's put it this way, reports is this Mariupol, where the Ukrainians are claiming that they blew up some military airfields and some fuel locations, tankers, but the Russians say no, Russian air defense shot down 2 Ukrainian drones. Now, both of them probably are lying, more or less, but something happened over there. All right, so here in total, the invaders carried out 43 unsuccessful attacks in this area. I'm talking about Vuhledar and Avdiivka. So that's right here. Vuhledar, Avdiivka right here, Vuhledar right here. All right, all this is, say, in Donetsk Oblast. In the Zaporozhye direction, where I couldn't see anything on the map, on the Russian map. So in Zaporozhye section of the front, the areas around Vremivka, Novosilka, Zelnye Pole, and Novopil in Donetsk Oblast came under fire, as did Malinivka and about 4 more in Zaporozhye Oblast, and some others in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Now, Dnipropetrovsk Oblast is here. All right, so here is Zaporozhye, Dnipropetrovsk is here. All right, so they say they came under fire, but the Russians did not say anything, obviously, and I don't know why, because they should be proud of themselves, right? Now, in the Kherson, which is the southern area north of Crimean Peninsula, so in the Kherson section of the front, the city of Kherson, as well as Tiahinyaka and about 4 other settlements were damaged by artillery fire by Russian invasion forces. Oops, that's me again. That's not what we want. So let's see what it is in the Russian right here. So they're talking about Kharkiv Oblast, which is this area. Kherson, I'm sorry. Was it Kherson? Why am I losing my mind here? Yeah, in the Kherson area, because they go north to south. So here in Kherson, let's say Antonovka, Russian forces destroyed an ammunition depot of the Ukrainian Air Force's 123rd Separate Territorial Defense Brigade. Russian air defense shot down a Ukrainian drone. So this is according to the Russians and the Ukrainians. I think the Ukrainians had their were updated, but the Russians, I don't think they had it. The Russians are coming once a day with an update, whereas the Ukrainians come twice a day. One time in the morning, and they provide you with the information of what happened on the front in the past 24 hours, and one time at Kiev's time between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. There's a second one for the whole day and past 24 hours. It seems like this is the early update coming from the Ukrainians, but anyway, they update the ones that they had the previous day in the evening at between 7 and 8 p.m. Bakhmut yesterday I made a video with Bakhmut, and the Russians claim that they are fighting near the center of the town, almost destroyed 80% according to the Ukrainians, and Avdiivka as well. That's bad. Obviously, the Ukrainians and the Russians also reported that the Russian troops are trying to encircle the town. They still have an exit route from Avdiivka, from Bakhmut, the Ukrainians reported, but access inside is very much controlled, who's coming in and who's getting out. I suspect that they don't have a way to get more troops in there or weapons. I think they're almost encircled over there. I would not be surprised if today or tomorrow we find out that they're done like they were in Mariupol. So that's it. Avdiivka and Bakhmut, the hottest places, and Vuhledar on this war. In Vuhledar, the Ukrainians said that the Russians are retreating, or they are, repelled, and they're unsuccessful. Well, the Russians did not say anything about that one. I'm trying to keep both liars together, if you know what I mean, because the third liars that are here are gonna tell us what one of the liars say. That's the information we and sources we have to work with. Who has access to direct front development? Only the soldiers. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.